die Verbrennung der Amerikaner.
What is up, my beautiful mates of YouTube? My name is Aussie Marcel, and in today's video we're going to be revisiting a fragrance that I didn't particularly like on first impressions, and that is Nike Man Ultra Blue. But before I talk about that, my fragrance of the day, and that is Versace's Dylan Blue. Check this one out if you want to wear a fragrance that's pretty similar to Dior Sauvage, but instead of a really overwhelming pepperiness in the opening, you've got a touch more smoke. And I do find that although this projects slightly less than Dior Sauvage, it's a more interesting fragrance and less people are wearing it, so you're going to stand out from the crowd a little bit more. But it's still pretty mainstream, and as far as smoky scents go, this is probably the tippy top of smoky scents that you can still wear and get a lot of compliments for. So yeah, definitely check this one out. $99 at Priceline, but you may be able to find it a little cheaper at Chemist Warehouse. So, Nike Man Ultra Blue. I picked this one up in February of this year for $9 Australian, and at that price, it's hard to really regret a purchase. So, presentation is pretty typical of these Spanish Nike fragrances, and the difference between this, which is Ultra Blue, and the regular blue is that the bottle is actually see-through. Like you can see the fragrance inside. You should be able to see it on the camera. Yeah. So 100 ml for $10, not bad at all. And let's have a try again. Atomizer is solid. These Nike fragrances always have solid atomizers, so that's definitely a point in their favor. Citrus, lemon, like a touch of really artificial ambroxan as well. Clean musk, mint. I will say this smells slightly like air freshener or toilet freshener maybe. It's a little more complex than that. This is going to be a pretty good fragrance for anyone out there that's looking for a cheap gym scent. $10 is a very good entry point for these sorts of fragrances. It's fresh, it's got fruitiness, it's got a touch of mint in it as well. It's going to sort of reinvigorate you after a long workout and you have a shower and you want to freshen up. But I don't imagine too many people out there are wanting to smell like this. It's actually, now that I've lived with it a little bit longer on my skin, it does have this sort of semi-realistic lemon zest note. So if you're a big fan of citruses and lemon fragrances, maybe check this one out. I mean, $10 Australian is not expensive. Clean musk. Maybe a touch of vetiver in here as well. All very synthetic. It's pretty mediocre, pretty generic. I'm generally pretty positive when it comes to the fragrances I cover on this channel. But Nike Man Ultra Blue is by far one of the worst fragrances that I've tested. It's definitely my least favorite Nike scent. I can't see myself pulling this one out and wearing it in pretty much any situation. I would much rather wear Adidas Dynamic Pulse, for instance, because at least that's a really uplifting, minty fragrance. I just love the mint note in that one, whereas everything in this is painfully synthetic. It's not bad. It's hard to have a bad fragrance at $10. When you look at the demographic that's buying those scents, these absolutely should exist, and I'm glad that they exist. But for $10, I would much rather wear any other Nike fragrance or any of the other Adidas fragrances, which you can generally find even cheaper than this one. So yeah, Nike Man Ultra Blue, it's not fantastic. Performance isn't great either. You're getting a maximum of 5 hours on your skin, at least in my experience. It's not a bad smelling scent, just really synthetic, fresh, with a touch of fruity sweetness as well. It's not the best. Anyways, if you've ever worn Ultra Blue before, let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. And until the next video, my name is Aussie Marcel, and I'll catch you guys around.